I'm gonna wipe this off a minute. This song right here is in stores right now online. Okay. I am free. So I would not lose my faith. I wanted to love me. Let's get into this, y'all. I had to let you go. The place I needed to be. I found the one through pain. To love with energy. To make a way. I had to fight to stay. So the pain kept coming to me. Now I know who I am. I am the power to be free. I want it to hurt me. You got to hold on, I'm telling you, y'all. You destroyed me with your wrath. I had to let you go. All right, y'all, we finna get into this. Woo! If you're free, you'll know how I'm feeling, y'all. Had to go. Yeah. I had to go through to get to the place I needed to be. Woo! I am free. We are free, y'all. It's within. I'm telling you. It's within you. Now, let's get to the nitty-gritty. I'm getting ready to go over. This is part of the Constitution. I'm going to mix it up. You know how I mix it up. That's just me. I don't like to keep things, like I said before, this is the Constitution. No, we got to get down to this. Now, this is going to be from 6 to 10 in Article 1. I'm going to continue. I'm not going to bore you and go through the whole thing because it's a lot. And this goes for everywhere, wherever you are, because we're in America. Okay? America. This is the global, worldwide, everything. All my people from Amsterdam, all my people from Africa, everywhere. Just the United Kingdom, all over. Make sure you check out WMQGradio.com too, because we have the Grease, and the Grease tell you all of the underground stuff that's going on in this global world. I mean, this is something that's really going on with these corporations, the United States, okay? It's United States, the UK, all of these things, all of this is like corporations now. It's separated. So let's get to the nitty-gritty. Okay, I'm going to be taking this from Section 6. I went through 1 through 5 yesterday. This is the United States for America, okay? Okay, the senators and representatives shall receive a compensation for their services to be ascertained by law and paid out of the treasury of the United States. Now, let me stop. It was a lot of stuff like they called debt. They was getting paid, but we were out working, paying a debt. How you owe a debt? Come on now. Okay. When they say the date that man, but to them, they get paid. So when it's low, and how you get it low. Now, I want to make sure you understand that about the debt, because the debt is something. Let me see how I can picture this. Let me see. Okay. Say I went and bought a car from such and such and such. Okay. And first thing they're going to get is that some places call it the SSN number. And you're going to give it to them. And see, now this goes all the way back to the beginning when all this corporation stuff started, when all the gold and silver was stolen and all of that. You have to go and look all that up. Just only thing you got to type in DuckDuckGo is when the money was taken, the gold and silver was taken, and you know who took it, who stole it, all of that. So it goes back to that. So I'm just going to get to this point. You bought a car. Say it was from Ron Anthony Incorporated, such and such and such. And you bought the car from me. And so I'm the CEO, so I know all the little secrets that's going on. So you give me your social, right? Then I put that in, put the social in, boom, the car's paid for. Okay? Because of the credit. Because there's like a credit, it deals with a lot of different things. And just look it up. I'm not going to say it, but it's dealing with a lot. So there is a credit already on you, on that corporation, that all caps name under the United States. Not the United States for America, but that all caps name has some stuff going on in it. And it's already, because you're considered, well, when you say it, are you Ronald Anthony Hatcher, all caps? They're not going to say that, but that's what it's going to be in. And then when you say, yeah, I am. So if you say I am, that's who you become, which it is a corporation. So, but you don't know that. But you have to study to show thyself approved. So when you go through and you study this, that debt is already paid, okay, for that car. But you don't know that. So we out here working. Ooh, I got to pay my car note. Ooh, I got to pay my car note. But the car note is already, when you say paid, then that means you don't know. But the debt has already been settled. And so you really got to, and that's what we're going through right now. Like it's a change, a reversal. So if you want to know more about that, I suggest you look that up. All you have to do is look up the birth certificate. You look up the what the debt means. Look up all caps, what happened with the gold and silver way back when, and that's where we are right now. And so that's under the United States of America. And that's it. So I'm just telling you what I've studied, and I'm going through let me make sure constitution.org. Okay. So when I'm looking at this, that's what I'm looking at. So this is all coming from I'm getting this from constitution.org. You can look it up. This is for entertainment purposes only. And that's what it's about. So I'm taking this from experience. So I'm just giving you my testimony, the things that I've been through. So according to that, I'm telling you, when you go through these things, and that's why I'm going over this, that debt has already been paid. Now that's in the Bible. The debt has already been paid. But if you don't know that, you paying it. Ooh, Lord, they're gonna take my car. And then I come take your car from the Ron Anthony Incorporated, the car system. I come and take the car. I didn't got double. It's already been settled, and then you paying me. Man, y'all better look this stuff up. But I'm telling you, this is what's going on, and everything is being reversed thanks to the power of the Father that is within all of us to wake us up. Because a lot of us, I'm telling you, a lot of us is like, slob coming all out, just not even paying attention, just all this stuff going on, and nobody's paying attention. But right now, this chemical stuff will wake you up. I'm not calling it that name, what they say, chemicals. It'll wake you up. So now, let me get to this, because this I just have been through so much with this with my kids, and I know this stuff is just all jacked up. They shall, in all case, accept treason, felony, and breach of the peace, be privileged from arrest during their attendance at the session of their respective houses, and I'm going to and returning from the same, and for any speech or debate in either house, they shall not be questioned in any other place. Now that's section 6, and I stopped when it said about that treasury, because that treasury, you notice they changed the name. Okay, it's now the Treasury Department. It was the Social Security Department and all this stuff. And I mean, you just got to look this stuff up. Pay attention, because you're paying for it. So just pay attention. Now, no senator or representative shall, during the time for which he was elected, be appointed to any civil officer under the authority of the United States, which shall have been created, or the emolument whereof shall have any increase during such time, and no person holding any office under the United States shall be a member of either house during his continuance in office. Now, let me tell you what person mean. If you go to the law dictionary, Black's Law Dictionary, person in law means corporation. Look it up. Now, Section 7, all bills for raising revenue shall originate in the House of Representatives, but the Senate may propose or concur with amendments as on other bills. Every bill which shall have passed the House of Representatives and the state shall, before it becomes a law, not legalism, a law, be presented to the President of the United States. If he approve, he shall sign it, but if not, he shall return it with his objection to that house in which it shall have originated, who shall enter the objection at large on their journal and proceed to reconsider it. If after such reconsideration 2/3 of that house shall agree to pass the bill, it shall be sent together with the objection to the other house, by which it shall likewise be reconsidered. And if approved by 2/3 of that house, it shall become a law. Not legal, none of that. A law. Okay? Not a statute. That's a statute. You just saw me looking like that. That's a statute. So it's a law. So just to let you know that it's lawyers. Okay, a law. It's a law. Remember that it's a law. So when you know this stuff, you can stand in this. You can stand under this, because this is coming from within, from the ancestors that created it for the Constitution for the United States of America. Okay, if any bill shall not be returned by the president within 10 days, Sunday accepted, after it shall have been presented to him, the same shall be a law, in like manner as if he had signed it, unless the Congress by their adjournment prevents its return, in which case it shall not be a law. Okay, now every order, resolution, or vote to which the concurrence of the Senate and House of Representatives may be necessary, except on a question of adjournment, such be presented to the President of the United States, and before the same shall take effect, shall be approved by him, or be disapproved by him, shall be repassed by 2/3 of the Senate and House of Representatives, according to the rules and limitations prescribed in the case of a bill. Okay, now I'm going to go to Section 8, but everything is controlled by you, right there, you and me, but you, we the people. So if everybody is asleep, then of course they're going to go under the United States of the Constitution of the United States. See, it goes back and forth. If you're awake, they're going to straighten up like this. But if you sleep and you come in there, well, I know the Constitution of the United States, then they got you, because you don't know nothing. But if you go in there, well, the Constitution for the United States is this, that, and the other. But if you come in there with the Constitution of the United States, you already lost, because you haven't done your research. So it's best that you know the law, because when the power of God was speaking within me, to me, which is I am in me, and said, know the law. And I'm like, I don't want to know all this stuff. I'm just real with me. Oh, why? So now I get it, because I was prepared for all this stuff. And my son that passed away from I say the United States, um, from the corporation that did all of this stuff to him, and other kids being abused and all of that. And my son died from it. So when all of this happened, and they were special needs. So when all this stuff happened, I see why I had to know the law, because now I can take a stand. And believe me, if you duck go or Google Ronald, the government name Ronald Hatcher, you will actually see that I don't play when it comes to special need kids. I mean, it's like with me, I was just like, oh no, you mean to tell me that this is, it's the real me had to stand up to all of the different district attorneys and all this stuff. I don't know what they do and didn't care. All I knew, if you're supposed to do what you're supposed to do, then you need to get it done and start doing it. Get it done, do it, help the people. But when you stuck in this United States corporation, then you got to listen to that president. You don't have to listen to the people. So now everything is reversed. And if you know, it's a lot of people out here know this already. I'm learning it. And I started learning 10 years ago, when my son, Aaron Hatcher, you can Google that or go at Aaron Hatcher. You can see, look it up. You can see where they abused him and other kids. And he died from it, putting something around his neck, and he looking this way, and they forcing him to look this way, and then they get off. Of course they can, because it's under the United States corporation. But when you got somebody like me who will go and stand up, oh, it's still going on now. Don't think it's over. So if you listening and you spying around looking at me, believe me, it's still going on. Yes, it is. It's just everything quiet now. But sooner or later, somebody gonna be knocking at your door. Yes, because you know what happened, and you covered it up. And only way you covered it up because you thought I wasn't gonna start learning all this stuff. And so I'm saying that to say, when you have the power of God within you, you are genius. So I am a genius. You are too. Once you become and you start getting this stuff and you are taught from the teacher that is within you, then you know what's going on. And you don't have to see it. You see this rag, you don't have to see it. You don't. So that's why I'm mixing all this together, because I've been through this and it taught me a lot. So I had to go through to get to. So now I'm in this, I'm actually walking through this right now, and I won't let go because and it may not even be that it's going to change like boom the way I want it to change. No, it's not about me. All of them going down. That's what's going to happen. All of them for treason. That's why I'm going over this, because when you do something against the people, it doesn't work like that. And and I'm not afraid, because I know the power of God is within me. And when the power of God works, things get done. And it get done just like that. And you'll be like, whoa. I'm saying things will, everything is strategically orchestrated when you're dealing with the power. It's not the way we do it. We're going to try to fix stuff. That's not going to work. It's only going to work from within. So when you do that, then things shall happen. So let me continue. I always mix this stuff in here because, I'm for the people. I may not be the perfect person, but I am perfect from within. Out here, we all messed up. But within, I'm a genius and I'm perfect from within. I'm not saying this, within me. Get with me. Now, the Congress shall have power to lay and collect taxes, duties, imposts, and exercise, to pay the debt and provide for the common defense and general welfare of the United States. But all duties, imposts, and exercises shall be uniform throughout the United States, to borrow money on the credit of the United States, to regulate commerce with foreign nations and among the several states, and with the Indian tribes to establish an uniform rule of naturalization and uniform laws on the subject of bankruptcies throughout the United States, to coin money, regulate the value thereof, and of foreign coin, and fix the standards of weight and measures, to provide for the punishment of counterfeiting of securities and current coins of the United States, to establish post offices and post roads, to promote the progress of science and useful arts by securing for limited times to authors and inventors the exclusive rights, not privileges, rights to their respective writings and discoveries, to constitute tribunals, inferior to the Supreme Court, to defend and punish, piracies and felonies committed on the high seas of offenses against the law of nation, to declare, that's us, y'all, to declare war, grant letters of marquee and reprisals, and y'all might need to go through this, but it's reprisals, and make rules concerning captures of land on land and water, to raise and support armies, but no appropriation of money to that use shall be for a longer term than 2 years, to provide and maintain a navy, to make rules for the government and regulation of the land and naval forces, to provide for calling for the militia, to execute the laws of the Union, suppress insurrections, and repel invasions. Now, y'all just saw, you know what's going on. To provide for organizing armies and disciplining the militia, and for governing such part of them as may be employed to the service of the United States, reserving to the states respectively the appointment of the officers and the authority of training the militia according to the discipline prescribed by Congress. Now, I'm not talking about this fake stuff that's going on. I'm talking about under the United States of America, not the United States, because anytime you go against the United States of America, then that's actually treason, and you're overthrowing the original that was written by the original, by the native people, the original people that started all of this stuff from within, the original people. So that's why, it's like that now. And when you go against that, because the power of God set this stuff up for us, not of us. He set it up for us, and he used his people, which were the original people. Now, to exercise exclusive legislation in all cases whatsoever over such district not exceeding 10 miles square as may, by sessions of particular states and the acceptance of Congress, become the seat of the government of the United States. Now you see that, and to exercise like authority over all places purchased by consent of the legislator of the state in which the same shall be, for the erection of forts, magazines, arsenal, dock, yards, and other needful buildings, and to make all law which shall be necessary and proper for carrying into execution the foregoing powers and all other powers vested by this Constitution in the government of the United States, or in any department or officer thereof. Now, this is section 9, and I'm taking this from Constitution for the United States. Now, that's why you see all the news and all of that, all of these things works together. And when if the news media don't know this, then they're involved too. Because as many times I've went and, when I was going in the wrong direction and they were like, well, ignorance of the law ain't our problem. And that's right. They'll tell you that I can't help because you don't know the law. And that's what they say. And they're right. So we got to know these things. We got to know these things just like we know the Bible. Now, the Bible tells us things in Revelation, and you go within and get it. And then it'll lead you to this. But if you still stuck in the Bible, still looking at it out here, then you're going to be Bible bondage. You got to go within and get the what do you call that? When they in parables. Because if you don't know, you're going to be stuck. And so that will lead you to within. And you can't continue to just listen to the pastor. Not saying the pastor is good to lead you. The pastor's supposed to lead you back to you. Okay? Lead you back to you on the inside to the power of God. Because right here, if you stand up like this and I'm standing up, that's the cross. And when you get up every morning, you're carrying the cross. That's it. If I stand up and my legs are together and I'm like this, standing up, this is the crown. Okay. And I'm standing up. That's the cross. So that's where you're supposed to go back from within. So I'm saying all of that because it all ties together if you can walk with me and walk yourself back into yourself and start meditating and doing all the things that so you can actually go within and sit before the feet of the Father. Ascend to the heavens from within, just like Jesus did, because Jesus is within the light. Okay, I'm not talking about out here, so let's get that right. Make it's within you. So if you could do that, then all the other things that come to you, because I'm learning this day by day, minute by minute, second by second, eternity by eternity. I don't know what that means, but that came through me. So it's like it's all ahead. That's what it means. So we must do this. Now, it says here, know the privileges of, the migration or importation of such person as any of the states shall existing shall think proper to admit shall not be prohibited by the Congress prior to the year 1808. But a tax or duty may be imposed on such importation, not exceeding $10 for each person. The privileges of the writ of habeas corpus shall not be suspended unless when in case rebellion or invasion, the public safety may require it. No bill, attainder, or ex post facto law shall be passed. So we have the ex post facto law shall be passed. Now, what we're dealing with for the United States is de facto. Okay, that's de facto, what we're under now. And look that up, Black's Law Dictionary, look that up. Okay, and what it says here is no capitation or other direct tax shall be laid unless in proportion to the census or numeration herein before directed to be taken. No tax or duty shall be laid on articles exported from any state. No preference shall be given by any regulation or commerce or revenue to the ports of one state over those of another, nor shall vessels bound to and from one state be obliged to enter, clear, or pay duties in another. No money shall be drawn from the treasury, but in consequence of appropriation made by law, and regular statement and account of the receipt and expenditures of all public money shall be published from time to time. No title of nobility shall be granted by the United States, and no person holding any office of profit or trust under them shall, without the consent of the Congress, except of any present emolument, office, or title of any kind, whatever from any king, prince, or foreign state, I'm going to stop there right now. I just got one more. But what I want to break down right here is that when you listen to this, you got to transform your mind. So no port. Okay, you got to think of the water, the sea. Where did you come from? You came from the water from within your mother womb. Okay, so all this plays a part from our ancestors because everything is dealing within. But because we can see out here, we have to follow what is really going on. So if you see from within, you'll see that your mother is the most important person. Your mother is the most important being. Okay, I take that person back because that's corporation, but is the most important being, your mother. And that's why she's on the birth certificate out here as a what you call that? When you're with the government and then I can't think of the name right now, but they pretty much own you or run you and you got to listen to them. And, I've seen this before. I'll think of it before we go. But that's what the mother is. That's why she's always the pretty much the head person when it comes to the birth certificate, because they're taking the birth, the womb, all of that plays a part. That plays a part in what's going on out here. That's why the mom is always important. Always. That's why you should uplift the mom. The father too, because if it wasn't for the father, but see, the father is the king, but the mom is the one that carried. The father is the seed. So they work together, but out here they concentrate on the mom as unto the weaker vessel, as unto, not saying she weak, but that's what they look at it as, unto the weaker vessel. So the mom is the most powerful one. We get it, vessel, because when you go to the port, the water, you come into the port. If you notice, when you go into a court or a building, they're made like a port, a ship. That's why they have relationships. That's why they have friendship. They have love ship. Everything is related to a ship. So that's like maritime and admiralty and all of that stuff. You got to look this stuff up, because when you look it up, it plays a part in your life from within. Because just like I said, the cross, you carry your cross every morning when you get up. And out here, you put the cross on your neck. And nobody pays attention to that. But that cross is you. Every day you getting up, you carrying this cross. All right? So when we do that, now all this stuff is coming from within me. And if you got a problem with it, go within yourself, ascend to the heavens, and speak to the Father. That's how you do that. Because it's a lot of us are out here, and all I can do is lead you back to you. I never thought I'd be doing this. But when you get that burden from within to do this, then you just do it, because you want more from the Father. You want to be protected. You want to be the one. And just like a lot of people are leaving this plane, it's not over. When you leave this plane, you're alive. You're not dead. You are alive. And a lot of people are dead here. And then they arise and they wake up from within. Then you're able to live life just like it is in heaven, just like it says. So that's why I'm going over this, because it's three. It's three things. It's this, it's within, then it's the heavens. Okay? Because you got to go in to get to the heavens. You out here because you're out here within, and then you ascend to the heavens. You get it? Let me see if I can do that again. You're within, you're out here. When you're within, you can ascend to the heavens by spirit. You must worship him in spirit and in truth. That's it. You can't do the same thing out here in spirit, because people be looking at you like, what? Because they don't know. So you have to explain things. That's because actually, to a lot of people, what I'm doing now is speaking in another language. And when people are, when you go to the church and they're like, they call it babbling. That's still important. You don't knock that down, because when they like, how they speak in tongue and all of that. So when they're doing it, that's a baby. That's a baby. That's a baby that's being born, because it's a sound. It's the frequency. It's the, when they do that, That's nothing to play with because that's the baby being born. Just like when you, okay, now picture this. I hope y'all listening. When that baby come out of that mother's womb, the first thing they do is ah pa pa poo, pa pa pa. And as they grow, they begin to grow. And then they begin to learn what you teach them. So if you teaching them the way of the United States corporation, then that's how they're going to be. And then once you learn, that's why we got to read and study. And that's why they didn't want any of us to read. So we got to read. And I'm not putting it on no color. That's all. It ain't just one particular color. It's the beings. Okay. When you start putting in that color stuff, then that's something on the outside. I'm not talking about the outside. I'm talking about from within, and whoever was in control of that corporation back then when they started all this craziness. So I'm just letting you know that. So I hope you understand me and you're walking with me. And no, if you don't understand it, just hit me up through and I'll send you some stuff so you can actually see this yourself, because no man can teach you. You got to go through within. I can't even teach you. Only thing I could do is lead you back to you and say, you got to do this, you got to do this, and you got to go through that water. And that water is in you because you're made up of water. Man, I hope you got to go back to the water. So that's how you get baptized. You get baptized from within. And so it's only like, I think it's 80, 90%. I don't know for sure, but you all know because y'all studied that. But whatever it is, you still, if it's not all the way up here, it's still enough so you can breathe. Okay? So just say the water was right here. Okay, so you can breathe. It's water all through here, but right here. And the wind is God. That's the power. You talking, that's God. And this is God, the wind. You can't see it, but you feel it. If you could tell me you can see wind right now with these eyes right here, then man, you invented something. Well, let me finish. This is the last one. Section 10. No state shall enter into any treaty, alliance, or confederation, grant, letter of marque and reprisals, coin money, emit bills of credit, make anything but gold and silver, coin a tender in payment of debts, pass any bill of attainder ex post facto law, or law impairing the obligation of contracts, or grant any title of nobility. So really everything should be in contract. So if just say with my music, and I had to sign a contract for and I'm not saying under some record label, you can do it yourself. And you just anytime you like, I went through what do you call it, the to get the song out all over so people can go in and then I got to promote it. So I signed contract after contract. But what most do is get under a contract and then they do everything and then they make all the money. You know what I'm saying? So everything is contract. Contract is law. Because if I got a contract with you and I take this to the court, they're gonna be like, well, you signed that contract, so you got to honor that. That's how it's supposed to work. So anytime you do something, get a contract and a witness. Okay, it could be the thumbprint. That's a witness. Because believe me, they could pull that thumbprint up and say, okay, well, he did it. But see what they did, they made the notary. I'm a notary for the corporation out here. And so that's the way. See, everything works like a business on that side. And everything worked like a spiritual on this side. So you use your thumbprint because believe me, they can, God is so powerful. Everybody have a different thumbprint. God is so powerful. Me and you can look at the same person and see something totally different. And we looked at the same person and you think that, and I can say, what you looked at? And then you'll say the eyes. And then you ask me what I looked at. I say, I looked at the nose. You can get all these different people and look at one person and everybody's gonna be looking at the same thing, but looking at something different because we are different. That's the beauty of it. No state shall, without the consent of the Congress, lay any impost duties or import or export except what may be absolutely necessary for executing its inspection laws, and the net produce of all duties and imposts laid by any state or imports or exports shall be for the use of the Treasury of the United States, and all such laws shall be subject to the revision and control of the Congress. No state shall, without the consent of Congress, lay any duty of tonnage, keep troops or ships of war in time of peace, enter into any agreement or compact with another state or with a foreign power, or engage in war unless actually invaded or in such imminent danger as will not admit of delay. See, all this stuff is supposed to be in order. So when you see all this chaos going on, then that's what they are doing. They're doing it because I know all we want is peace. We sick of all of this stuff. So that's why I'm saying this. So the best way is to go back within. Now I'm done with reading this, but I'm still going to go through Article 2 and I'll do that. And then we're almost done, but I'm not going to do it today. It'll be tomorrow or something like that, but you'll get the notice. But this is something that we all need. And I hope you are listening. I was chose to do this because of my silly attitude. Because within the Father, it's like you have certain people that got a character, and that's just me, because I know this stuff is real because I've been through it. And I made it through it. And dealing with and I gotta say, the special need kids, all of this has really helped me to get to where I am today. So just because my son is not here doesn't mean he's dead. He transcended. And so I can't see him, but I can hear and talk to him. So I'm just letting you know this is what's going on. So everybody just wake up. Know how you stretch and get up. That's all. So this is Ron Anthony. I thank you all for listening. Please share this. I know to some people it may be boring, but you're going to need it because you're going to need this as we go forward. Okay, back then you didn't need it because it was control, but now you're in control. The power of God gave you the power of your own land, your own state of mind. Okay, just like they got states out here, you have a state, and each one of us have a state. So my state of mind, you just witness it. So you have some people, you'll know who has the state of mind and who doesn't. And all you do, don't sit back and gossip and talk about them and say, child, such and such. Just let your light shine. That's it. You don't even have to open your mouth. Just let your light shine. This is Ron Anthony. I thank you all for listening. Please share this so that people can get something out of it, and they can know the Constitution for the United States of America, and it goes abroad. It's for everybody and when I say the Constitution for America, I'm talking about within and how they do it without on the outside. Okay, so there's three things. That's the Constitution for, that's the Constitution of, and how you govern your state within, because it all works together for the good for those that are called according to his purpose. Not my purpose. All right. Thank you all. I appreciate it. I appreciate you all for listening. I'll be back and I'll put it out there so we can continue to go through this. And I come on as a mission. So this is my mission to get this done. It's not like I'm on here every day, because I only can come when I'm told to do something. And if someone listens, good. If you don't, good, because you're going to need it. Oh, you're going to listen. It may not be this platform, but you're going to listen because you're going to pick up that Constitution, and you're going to pick up the Constitution from within, and you're going to ascend because it's all in you. Just like my friend Michelle say, you have to remember, and everything that's in you is there for your remembrance. All right. Thank you. Love y'all. Whew. It's been great. Until next time.